action. Thank you so much for reporting for duty for the Pretty Princess Command Center episode 10, aka the one where you guys tell me what's going on. The Pretty Princesses let me know what is going on in the Pretty Princess world, okay? So this is a Princess Diaries episode, and might I say, you girls pulled the fuck through this week, okay? You guys did what you needed to do. I have a little broadcast channel on my Instagram, like the Pretty Princess HQ, and I was telling you guys to send in submissions, and I was like, be specific, and when I tell you the girlies pulled through this week, the girlies pulled through this week. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So I think, should we talk about anything else? First and foremost, updated posting schedule, if you care, not 2 times a week, 1 time a week. It was gonna be Sundays, but now I think it's gonna be Mondays, because like what better way to like start off your week, right? And like so many people already post on Sunday anyway. Like I have so many people to watch on YouTube on Sunday because like everyone posts their vlogs and stuff on Sunday. So I think we're gonna post these on Mondays, and it's very fitting because did I procrastinate filming this a little bit? Yes I did. Okay, let me pick, because usually I only do 3 because I'm a long-winded person, so I only do 3. So this is Princess Diary entry number 1 of episode 10, okay? It says, I've been seeing a guy I met on Hinge since early July. When we started talking, I was just out of a long-term relationship and testing the waters. We got on like a house in fire. On fire? I think they meant on fire. We got on like a house on fire. Is that like good, or is it... Let me look that saying up, because in my mind, a house on fire is terrible. Like, it's terrible. Like, you need to run as fast as you possibly can, stop, drop, and roll, get the fuck out of there. But also, like a house on fire meaning. Successfully, very well, excellently. Literally the last thing I would think of hearing that term. Let's continue. We got on like a house on fire, and then I found out he had a girlfriend. Turns out that they had just had a massive argument, which he assumed meant things were over. It's giving Logan from Gilmore Girls when they fought and he assumed they had broken up, hence being on Hinge. Well, it was not. Oh, okay, so it did. Okay, so basically she started talking to this guy on Hinge, found out he had a girlfriend, they had a massive argument, he thought it was over. She's like, actually, no, babe, like, we just got in a fight. This isn't over. Like, what are you talking about? Okay, so that's where we are, okay? For 2 months, we spoke while he technically had a girlfriend. We never met up, apart from the fact that he used to go to my gym. We would see each other there, planned. Ooh. And he told me more about how he was not happy in his relationship, and at the end of August, he broke up with her. We've since had 2 really nice months of dating, and things have only gotten better, but everyone I speak to thinks that the way in which we started talking is a red flag. I was aware he had a girlfriend after a few weeks of talking. We never kissed or did anything more until after he broke up with her. However, our conversations were usually quite sexual and crossed boundaries. Is this a red flag I should be thinking about, or can people learn and grow from these types of situations? Background: I'm 24, he's 26. My last relationship was 5 years long and ended earlier this year. He had been with his ex since December 2023. Okay, so they haven't even been together for a full year. They weren't together for a full year. So basically, let me mentally, and if you need it too, I personally need this. So you met a guy on Hinge, you guys started talking. Turns out he had a girlfriend, but he didn't really think that they were still dating. He kind of thought like, well, like, we had this huge argument. I thought we were broken up. So like, yeah, I'm going to get on Hinge. Because like guys are kind of weird and they move on by getting on instead of like healing. So I don't know. That's kind of like, I don't know. Because people always say that like your relationship is going to end the same way it starts. So like if your relationship started by you knowing he had a girlfriend but you continued to pursue him, which I'm not gonna say that you're in the wrong, because you had no attachments, you weren't in a relationship, and when you started talking to him you didn't know he was in a relationship, and from what he's told you, he didn't know he was in a relationship. But also, how perfect of an excuse is that? How lovely of a little excuse that oh, well, I thought we were broken up, like, no, she just keeps texting me, like, I guess, like, we never actually broke up, like, we got in this argument, like, I swear I thought we were broken up, but, like, she's telling me that, like, that's not what she wanted, so I have to go I'm just saying that there are so many men in the world that, like, could you imagine anytime you're like questioning yourself in a situation if you had a daughter and your daughter came home to you and said, Mom, I'm talking to this guy, turns out he has a girlfriend, but he didn't know they were still together, what are you going to say to your daughter? What are you going to say to your daughter? Are you going to say, oh, sweetie, like, that's okay, like, everybody gets a little bit confused sometimes? No, you're probably going to say, red flag, stop, pause, leave. There are literally, how many men are there in this world? Way too many if you ask me, but whatever. Is that billion? 4,032,763,914 men in this world. I think you could do without this one. I think you'll be okay if you don't have this one. I think. My opinion, I think you'll be fine. You're 24. You are 24 years old. You're a 4-year-old adult, okay? I know you're an adult when you're 18, but like, you're an adult when you're 20. You're a 4-year-old adult. If you want to date this man and just like have fun and like whatever, like just like go on dates, get free meals, have a little fun, if that's what you want to do, go for it. That's what you want to do. That's, you know, that's your prerogative. Do it. But this man is not your husband. So sorry. I don't think this man is your husband. Maybe he is, but not right in this current moment. Also, he had been with his ex since December 2023. So that means they haven't even been together for a full year. So I'm assuming they probably broke up like what? You talked to this, you've been seeing a guy you met since July. Okay, and he broke up with her in August. So December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Okay, they were together 9 months. But technically they were together for 7 months because the last 2 of those 9 months you were in the picture. I really think that you could do better. I think you could do better. I think you deserve better for yourself, because can you imagine like you decide like, okay, like I'm gonna commit the next 6 months of my life to this man. Then you find out he's been on Hinge talking to some other girl, and he convinced that girl like, no, like we got in this argument, I thought we were broken up, like that's why I'm on Hinge, like I would never cheat on anyone. Come on. Literally, if your best friend came to you with this information, you would tell her she's crazy. You would tell her, you'd be like, girl, no, he's lying to you. But because you have an emotional connection to him and you're like, no, I want to see the best in him, you're in Delulu land. And that's great when we're achieving our dreams and we have to be delusional and fake it till we make it. But when it comes to this, you could do so much better. But I don't want to tell you you're wasting your time, because if you're just trying to have fun and like, if you could go into this knowing like this probably like 90% sure possibility is not the man you're gonna marry, and you could go into it having fun, go for it. Have a good time. Have a fun time. You guys get along like a house on fire apparently, which that still doesn't sound too great for me. I'm not loving that visual in my brain. Also, yeah, if this is something that you kind of like have to hide from your friends, not like hide it in like a, ooh, like they can't know, but like kind of just like you already know their opinion of it, then like you kind of already know. Like anytime I've had a friend where like their boyfriend or whatever, like significant other, is kind of shady, and like me and like all our other friends have been like, hey, like why are you still with them, like you could do so much better, like we're here for you, like we're gonna be here for you through the breakup. Every single time that's happened, they stay with the person, they kind of hide it, they kind of like start to like, oh sorry, like I wasn't on my phone, and like it's because they were with that person, and then like a month later they come back crying, breaking down, and like, we broke up, like I don't know, he cheated on me, like I don't know why I didn't listen to you. And I get it, I'm not shaming you, this is not a place of judgment, it's just simply like that's usually what happens, because like you want to see the best in this person because you've developed these feelings, you've developed this connection to this person that you don't have with anyone else. So of course you want to see the best in them, you want to be able to make a place in your mind where they can fit into your life safely and honestly, if that makes sense. But at the end of the day, like if you were able to have a 5-year relationship beforehand, I feel that means like you're very emotionally intelligent. You're 24, so that means you got into your relationship when you were like 19. So you were able to have a 5-year relationship. You were very emotionally mature, very emotionally intelligent. Like you, no matter how good or bad that relationship was, you can't withstand a 5-year relationship without some level of emotional maturity and intelligence. So I really don't believe that this man is somebody that you need to like date, like be committed to. Like if you want to like date around, like go on, you know, if he wants to take you to dinner on a Friday and somebody else wants to take you to dinner on a Saturday, like go for it, you know, like have fun. But I wouldn't be willing to put all my eggs in that basket if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Princess Diary entry number 2. Okay, this one says anonymous, please. Okay, perfect. Also, FYI, just so generalized, when you guys write in on these submission forms, I don't see anything. Like, I don't see your email, I don't see your name. I literally know 0% about you other than what you decide to tell me. So if you're ever like worried that I can like see your email address or anything, like I can't, I promise. That's actually why I did a Google Forms link, because I was gonna just have you like send in emails, but then I could see your email, you know. So for privacy reasons, that's why I did the Google Forms, so that it's just like you guys can just tell me as much or as little as you want. But I do like when you tell me a lot. Like that last one, that was good. That was some juicy stuff. I liked it. Anyway, this one says, anonymous, please. So I've been talking to this guy mostly online for 4 months, and he says he really likes me, but honestly, it feels more like limerence. I need to look up what that means. Whereas love involves a deep and reciprocal emotional connection, limerence is a kind of romantic obsession. And whereas love involves a long-term mutual respect, limerence can be fleeting. Someone can have intrusive thoughts and fantasies about a person one day and lose interest the next. So it's kind of like love versus lust, but I guess since you're like talking online, it's like less lust. So I guess it's like lust, limerence, and love. I don't know. Anyway, you feel like it's more like infatuation than like him actually liking you. Like I feel like what I'm getting from this is like you think that he enjoys just like getting attention or like validation from you when you guys talk, as opposed to like enjoys talking to you. He always compares our jobs and makes sure I know how much better, busier, and tougher his job is. What the fuck? That's an insecure man right there. Because why are you as a man looking at me as a woman? And like, why are you threatened to the point where you have to like make sure I know that you're better than, like, what the fuck? Like, okay, like that's not gonna make me like you more. Like, do you want a sticker, you fucking freak? I work for the city government and he manages a retail chain. He'll ask me about my day just so I say, how about you, so he could turn it back on himself. It's always about him. If I mention anything about me, he's like, oh, that reminds me of this time It's so draining, and I really don't like him back. Talking to him feels like such a chore. He'll also always reply, okay, or an emoji too. Should I just end it? Give him a reason, tell him a little lie, ghost him, or stick it out? Do not stick it out. Do not stick it out. From a 25-year-old girl with lots of experience with men, but none like this one. Bitch. You've been talking to him online. You know what you could do? This is probably, if you're in a good mental space for this is probably what I would do. It's like so petty, but like it's funny because like okay, so you know when you like meet somebody and like you instantly get bad vibes from them and you're like, nope, like I don't like them, but like everybody else like loves them and they're like, oh my god, like I don't know why you don't like them, like they're so funny and nice, and you're like, yeah, haha, crazy. And then like 2 months go by and everybody sees what you originally saw. Like everybody's like, yeah, actually, like they turned out to be really fucking weird, and like they stole this from me, and like they just like lied about this, like, you know what I mean? Like you initially have this like, no, like weird vibes, I'm not okay with this, like you guys can go be their best friend if you want, but like I'm gonna sit back, I'm gonna sit this one out, like call me when you're done hanging out with that. And then then their energy like comes into the light of like who they really are, you know. Like if you want to do that, if you want to like have faith that like this will happen for this man and like this karma will come for this man, you literally could text him and be like, listen, like I know that you're just like so much busier than I am, and like your job is just so much harder than I am, and like I just really feel like, you know, you deserve somebody that's like on your level, and you know, I'm just gonna remove myself from the situation. Like I've really valued our times and our talks together, but like I really just feel like I'm not, like I just feel like you need somebody that's like a little bit more on your level. Literally leave it at that, and don't ever answer him ever again, because you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna like either come back to you with like this really like egotistical response, be like, wow, like I really appreciate you like acknowledging how busy and like amazing I am, like that's really big of you to acknowledge that, like not too many women can. And he's gonna give you one of those whole spiels, and then like you're not gonna answer, and then he's gonna be like, but like I still really want to talk to you, like don't think that because I'm so busy like I can't make time for you. Like he's gonna like be chasing after you, which will just be like satisfying for your ego, which isn't what we need to do. We don't need to do that, but like it's fun, right? Like that's fun. Or you could literally just ghost him. That's what I would do. Like he's not adding any value to your life. Literally, you have no ties to this man and you're like, I literally hate talking to him. I really don't like him. What should I do? What do you mean what should I do? Block. Whatever you want to do, but don't keep wasting your time. Don't waste your time like apologizing either. Like giving him a reason why you're leaving, unless you want to do it in the petty way that I was talking about before. Cause then like you'll literally like your phone will be like blowing up from him. Like wait, no, like I know that I'm so busy and strong and like manly and macho and like I'm so much better than you, but like I still have so much time for you, babe. Like I love you. Okay, do we have any more ones about like relationships? Because I feel like we could just keep this super relationship oriented. We do have a few ones that are like more like girl talk coded, but we'll just keep this one more like relationshipy because I feel like that's fun. Okay, this is Julieta. She has written it before. She's Julieta from Argentina. I really hope I'm saying your name correct. I'm pretty sure I am. Maybe my pronunciation is a little off, but hi, how are you, queen? I am good. How are you? Well, I guess we're about to find out how you are. I'm Julieta from Argentina. I'm 24 years old and I'm currently single after a long relationship of almost 5 years. I met him at 19 and he was 20. It's been 3 months since the breakup. I don't know if you remember my survey, but he left me because he needed time to focus on himself, and he considered he wasn't able to be there for me in the way I needed him to. So I want to ask you if it's too soon to start dating again. I know I have a lot of healing left to do and I'm not ready to open up to anybody right now, but I think getting ready and meeting new boys sounds like a good idea for a second. I'm spending my weekends complaining that I don't go out much, so maybe it's possible to date in a casual way and have a few fun experiences. Also, sometimes I do feel like kind of an old lady for plans, for example, going to coffee with friends and not going out past midnight. Also, during my life, I only went on 3 dates in total, so maybe it's time for me to live a little. I don't know, sounds like Live While We're Young by One Direction, and I really want to know your point of view. Love you and thank you in advance. Okay, pause. I remember this. I remember this breakup happening, and I remember how you were feeling a little like chaos about it. One, proud of you for sticking through the breakup. Proud of you guys for not just like running back together because you were scared of what life was going to be like without each other, because I know that's a lot easier to do than to like be strong and be firm in your like, no, I have a lot of healing to do, I have a lot of growing to do, and I can't be the person that you need, and I can't be the person that I want to be in a relationship. So proud of you guys for that. 2, I don't think it's ever like too soon to start dating. Like, is it too soon maybe to start looking for your husband? Sure, because yeah, like you said, like you still do have a lot of healing left to do, and that's valid and that's very big of you to be able to recognize it. But also, it's not gonna hurt anyone if you decide to go get dinner with some guy and go to a movie, or like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not hurting anybody. And honestly, a lot of times, like, even if you go on just one date, that date will either make you realize like, oh, I'm actually like, this is actually fun, like I want to do this again, or it's gonna make you realize like, oh, actually this brought up so many emotions that I didn't even know like I had, like this brought up so many emotions that I didn't realize would come up if I went on a date. So then you could kind of take a step back and be like, okay, like I went on that date, it was a lot of fun, I had a good time, but it's bringing up all these emotions for me. Either way, I think you definitely 100% should go out on a date. Like, go to dinner, go to a concert, I don't know, like whatever you want to do. Also, don't feel like an old lady for making like regular plans and being out past or being in before midnight, because one, like literally nothing good happens after midnight. Literally, I'm sorry, that's when like bad things start to happen. Like, there's no need for you to be out after midnight, unless you're like out after midnight and then like you're coming home, but like there's no like, you know what I mean? Like, why? We don't need to be doing that. If that's not what you want to do, that's not what you want to do. If what you want to do is make like a coffee date and like decorating cookies date with your friends, that's what you want to do. And you shouldn't feel bad that your version of having fun in your 20s is different from like the society standards of having fun in your 20s, because literally, like, look at every single generation. Every single generation, there was people that enjoyed going out and staying out till 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and then there's people that enjoyed staying in and watching movies. Like, it just depends on who you are. Personally, for me, like when I was in high school, I had so much fun going out and like staying out late. I literally couldn't think of something I would rather do less. I would probably rather, I don't know, anytime like in the last year or two that I've gone out, like I think 2 Halloweens ago I went out and I didn't get back home until like 1 or 2, and like next morning I woke up so hungover, so unhappy about my choices the night prior. Like, why did I drink so much? Why did we stay out that late? Like, I wish that we were in bed before, you know what I mean? It just depends on what you prioritize, and it just depends on your version of fun. So do not feel bad. But also, like, nobody's stopping you from going out and like going to a club and staying out till 4 in the morning, you know what I mean? Like, nobody's stopping you from doing that. So like, if it's something you want to do and just be like, well, I feel like I should do that, go do it. And if you have fun, do it again. And if you don't have fun, don't do it again. Like, it's really that simple. It's truly that simple. It's truly that simple. But no, I don't think it's too early to start dating again. I don't think it's too soon. I think that you need to go into these like casual dates as with the expectation that they're going to be exactly what they are, like casual dates. Like, don't go into it expecting that this is going to be like the perfect man that you're going to marry and like you're going to spend the rest of your life with. Like, no, this is just the man that you're going to go get dinner with on a Friday night, and it gives you a reason to put on a new perfume, to do your makeup, do your hair, do whatever, like get excited, get that like, oh my gosh, like I'm kind of nervous. Like, it gives you a reason to have all those feelings again, you know what I mean? And it's just allowing you to like become better at knowing what you want, I guess, in a partner. Like, because like, let's say like you plan a date and he plans this date for you, and then he picks you up, and actually I don't recommend having a strange man that you met on the internet pick you up at the first date, okay? You can Uber or you could drive yourself, whatever, have somebody drop you off, but I do not recommend him picking you up. Because as cute as that is, like as cute and like as like storybook Hollywood love that is, it's a little sketchy these days, okay? Like, we don't need to be doing that. He doesn't need to know where you live, and you don't need to be in a car alone with him until you get to know him, okay? But like, who knows, like maybe he like brings you flowers on the first date and you're like, oh my gosh, like I love this, like this made me feel amazing. And now you know, like, okay, something that I'm not gonna settle for anymore is like, I'm never gonna like go on a second date with a man that didn't bring me flowers on the first date type thing, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's just literally, it's just giving you room to grow and learn more about yourself. If anything, like even if you don't care about like learning anything about this man that you're gonna go on a date with, at least you get to know more about yourself. Be like, ooh, like you know, maybe we'll try this appetizer, and maybe you hate it. Now you know. Now you know. You know what I mean? It's really not that serious. And you're in such a fun time. Like, you're in such a good time of life. Like, you're single. You have just experienced a long-term relationship, and now you're single. Like, that's amazing. Take it for what it is, because I'm assuming if you've been someone in a long-term relationship and you do want to be in one again, just not right now, then you're definitely the type of person that when you date for the future. You don't just date for like, oh, whatever, we might break up in 4 months, but like whatever, it'll be fun. Like, you're probably like not willing to commit that much time to somebody that you don't see in the long run. I totally forgot where I was going with this. It was such a good thing to say, but I don't remember where I was going with it. Oh, your time being single right now is meant to be just like, oh, I'm gonna go on a date with Steve on Saturday, and then next Tuesday me and Matthew are gonna go do a pottery class, and then the weekend after that, like, I'm going on a girls' night out with so-and-so, and like whoever we meet, like whatever happens, you know what I mean? And like, I'm not saying that you can't do those things. Obviously, like, you could still have fun when you're in like a long-term relationship and everything, but like, this is your time to be single, and this is your time to do the things that you can't do when you're in a relationship. Not saying that you can't do fun things when you're in a relationship, but like, you can't be single when you're in a relationship, you know? Like, you can't just like, well, I actually really like going to baseball games with Matthew, but I really can't stand him at the movie theater. He talks during the whole movie. So like, if Matthew invites me to a baseball game, I'm gonna go to a baseball game with Matthew because that's a lot of fun and we have a lot of fun. But when Steve invites me to the movies, I love going to the movies with him. And we always get a popcorn and candy and a soda to share. Like, you know what I mean? You're not able to like do that when you're in a relationship. So take advantage of the time that you have now, because the next time you're with someone, I'm assuming, like I was saying before, you're the type of person that kind of dates for like the long term, not just like, oh well, whatever happens happens. It's like, no, like this, I'm in this to hopefully get a ring, to hopefully have a family, you know what I'm saying? And like, you have the rest of your life to do that. You have the rest of your life to be in a committed, loving, loyal relationship, and you have all the time right now that you're single to be single and enjoy it and have fun and experience new things and do things that are kind of like unusual for you. Like, yeah, maybe you don't like to go out till midnight. That's fine. Don't go out till midnight. But maybe you've wanted to try, like, well, I've never been to like a piano bar. Like, maybe that's more my vibe. Go to a piano bar. You know what I mean? Like, pick up a new hobby. Like, do like random shit that like will just allow you to meet new people in different aspects of life that you haven't like branched out into yet. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I don't think there's such thing as like too soon. Like, I think what you feel is right is what you should do. And no matter what happens after doing that, you're gonna learn something from it. You're either gonna learn, oh, that was amazing, I'm so happy I did that, I wish I did it sooner, now I know. Or you're gonna learn, oh, that was, you know, I actually, like, that was so great because it actually showed me, like, I actually just need to, like, close myself off from dating right now and put my head down and, like, focus on myself and get my shit done. So whichever way it goes, you're gonna learn something, you're gonna gain something from it that's gonna be valuable for who you are as a person. So I hope that helps. I hope it helps. But yeah, don't feel bad for like having fun, but like just like don't feel bad for like what your version of fun is. Like, if you don't want to stay out till midnight, that's fine. Like, you're okay. You're okay. And yeah, like, love while we're young and like, oh, like, you only live once, like, what's the worst that could happen? But like, also, yeah, you only live once, so why would you spend any second of it doing shit that you don't enjoy doing if you don't have to do it? You know what I mean? Because it's like, oh, like, Kat, you never go out on Fridays, like, you never want to do anything. Yeah, you're right. And that's not me missing out on my youthful years. That's not me missing out. That's me spending my time how I want to spend it. If 4 years from now I decide, like, no, I want to fucking go to the clubs every weekend, I can go to the clubs every weekend. You know what I mean? And on that note, I'm going to conclude episode 10 of the Pretty Princess Command Center, and I had so much fun with these ones. These ones were so good, and please, please, please submit your link. No, not your link. Submit your Princess Diary entry in the link below. It's always in the description of these videos, and it's also always in, like, when you go to, like, the main channel page, like, it's, like, right up there. I don't know what that's called. Like, I guess my page, the Pretty Princess Command Center page. I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna go. So on that note, I hope you have a pretty princess day.